Alright, hi folks. Thanks for tuning in for another educational video here. Today we're looking at a possible airbag repair. Customer came in with the intermittent airbag light on. We scanned the vehicle with a Tech 2 and found the code's B0014 set. Now that is a code for driver's side impact airbag resistance above threshold. Now years ago, back around 2010, they actually came out with a recall where GM techs were actually repinning the connectors and replacing the old connectors. As you can see here, someone's already attempted to make a permanent repair, but clearly these pink butt splice connectors have created too much resistance. So today what we're going to do in order to make this repair is we're actually going to repair it the correct way, and in order to do that, we're just going to cut and eliminate the butt splices and solder the wires together and heat shrink them. For today's video, the tools we're going to need are going to be wire strippers. I always like to use these cutters because the wire strippers do have a built-in cutter, but it's very difficult to use. You're going to need some solder. You can pick it up at your local auto parts store. Some about 1/8 inch shrink wrap tubing, and then I personally like to use the Power Probe micro torch. You're not supposed to use any kind of electric soldering gun on an airbag wiring repair. So we're going to go ahead and make the repair, and then we're going to show you what the repair looks like after we're done. Also, I want to note that one of the things you'll notice is this yellow conduit on the wires. That's to notify you that, you know, this is an airbag circuit. One of the mistakes made in addition to using butt splice connectors when they repaired this is that they went ahead and used black electrical tape, and that's a no-no. We want to go ahead and find some yellow electrical tape. That way you can continue on with the color of the harness, and that helps any other future technician identify that this is an airbag circuit. So we'll check back in a couple minutes after we have the repair done. Folks, as you can see, we got the wire stripped back. Very important key to soldering is make sure you get your shrink wrap tubing on the wire before you go ahead and attach the two wire ends together. Simply because once you solder this, you won't be able to put that shrink wrap tubing on. Now, the reason why originally we weren't going to show you the actual soldering, but we decided to because some people just are interested in learning the craft. You know, it's becoming a forgotten trade, just kind of like working on carburetors. And a lot of people with, you know, access to butt splices, you know, they're just taking the easy way out, and you see where it gets you. So we're gonna go ahead now and make the repair. What we like to do is I like to usually start out with a 6-inch piece, 8-inch piece of solder on the end of the coil. Kind of keeps my hands back away from the repair. The key to soldering is actually to heat the wire up. Now, you're not looking to heat this stuff up until it, you know, is glowing red. You just want to apply some heat to it for several seconds and then move the solder in. Once you have the solder in, you'll see it actually turns to liquid and absorbs itself into the wire itself. And you got a nice clean solder right there. Now you're going to let it sit down and cool for a couple seconds, and then you can go ahead and take your shrink wrap tube and slide it over top of the repair. You're going to bring the torch back in. You want to equally heat the shrink wrap up on both sides without melting people's carpet. Now, if you're doing any kind of soldering repair under a gas tank, you know, most people are going to tell you to use an electric soldering gun and an electric heating gun, but I can tell you from personal experience, if you're cautious enough, you can do it without blowing yourself up. So we're going to go ahead and make this other repair, and then we'll show you exactly what everything looks like when we're all buttoned up. Alright, as you can see, we made our repair. We got that yellow tape on there that we talked about earlier. The only thing left to do is to clip this up underneath the seat. It actually goes up underneath and catches on the seat, the cushion frame. So the next thing we're going to do is put the Tech 2 on the vehicle, erase the codes, and go from there. And that is how you repair a airbag warning light system for code B0014, symptom OD and symptom 04. Thanks for watching. And also, we'd like to thank our new sponsors today, McDonald's and Chopsticks over in West Jordan. Thanks for the great lunch.